My first time at an art fair. This is the second time I was a vendor this year. I once tried to sell my art at the Kegels in Oktoberfest at the War Memorial just a few weeks ago. I've started painting for as long as I can remember. I just started drawing and, like superhero comic book characters, but then I started to paint. Like I got some inspiration like from H.R. Geiger. I move on to other works like astrology and expression. My art's pretty much expressive. Like for example, this painting I did of the pool table. As you can see, I made the entire pool table to a swimming pool, and the pool balls themselves are like people, and I thought to express, metaphorically speaking, what they would be like if they were in an actual pool. Oh, that's the first one I ever done. It's called Rising Phoenix. I got the idea of like maybe the phoenix was more human-like, more benevolent. Cowhide number one. This is on cardboard. When you tear cardboard, there's like ripped parts. Well, I painted on the ripped part and make it look more like an animal hide, and I thought I'd add like a cow's head just to give it more depth, and I put my initials into a brand. That's Polish eagle. This is like my way of combining like nature with nationality, because this could be somewhere in Poland, and the eagle himself, him or herself, is white on top and red on the bottom, symbolizing the flag. I did this for Pride Month, symbolizing the colors and the LGBT community with different colored shirts and, supporting the diverse that they are.
So Paddy Grass, we've been around for 15 years. We're an Irish bluegrass, gospel and sea shanty band. We have dancers with the Milwaukee Irish Dance Company, and we love to perform at all different festivals, Highland Games, local breweries, charity events, all sorts of things, and we love playing here. We actually live stream from Inspiration Studios, just a couple of blocks away as well, and we're on patreon.com/paddygrass if you want to hear all of our live stuff and get hooked into a closer relationship with the band. So basically I came over from Ireland in 1996. I toured with Riverdance for 6 years, and when I came over here I started doing solo gigs, and I'm a very open sort of guy, so when people came along with instruments I'm like, hey, come up here, and I invited them up to play with me, and gradually that became a band from just people I invited up on stage, and it became a very, very organic thing. And then now we've got about 13 or 16 people that play on and off. They come in and out, depends on who can make it. I get a gig, I make some phone calls. It's almost different every show, so it's never boring. It's kind of a different mix all the time.
So we're the Milwaukee Irish Dance Company. We started in 2014, and we are an Irish dance company for adults. We're the only inclusive Irish dance company in the city. So if you're over 18 and you have Irish dance experience, you're welcome to join us. We practice on Wednesday nights, and we do different shows around the city, working with Derek and Paddy Grass, one of our favorite gigs. But we've done everything. We've done the Milwaukee Art Museum, After Dark, we've danced at the rave.
Yeah, it's a great time. This is my first year with the Milwaukee Irish Dance Company, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. The energy is great, and even if you are just starting out, we would love to have you come try it out and support us.
You can find out more information at MilwaukeeIrishDance.com.
Well, I love to do expressionism, abstract art, and some of these pieces here, I love doing portraits. Mostly, I'm inspired by the artist Red, spelled R-H-E-D like Red, but pronounced Red. And I've been doing this, I think, since 7th grade. And I'm now 15 in sophomore year. So it's very exciting to be at my first art show. We saw on Facebook, it was an ad, and I was like, I really want to do that. So we met the owner of Inspiration Studios, and he was like, well, let me see some of your art. And so I showed him my art, and he's like, you've got something here. And it really shocked me because I didn't know people would like my art. And so I decided to come out here, and a few people were like, wow, this is different. And it was just really awesome. I have an Instagram called van_Vita art.
Showing a selection of my artwork tonight. Primarily work with aquatic and terrestrial invertebrates and reptiles. Pen and ink primarily, a little bit of watercolor mixed in on some of them as well, but mixed media for the most part. I work at Milwaukee County Zoo. I curate the aquarium and reptile collection, so it's a lot of inspiration from my day-to-day life. And it's kind of sets my mind free, relaxation, sit down and draw and doodle and work on my pieces. This is based off of Onassis, who is the giant Amazon river turtle out at the zoo. I've been at the zoo 27 years. It was one of my first jobs as a kid. It's a panther chameleon coming out of the rain. So again, based off of our panther chameleon at the zoo in our Madagascar exhibit. It's been about 5 to 6 years now that I've really started to take it more seriously, where I've been putting more time in. I've always been a doodler, but I really picked up and started doing more of it more recently. I'm always interested in trying new media, so things right now that interest me, blacksmithing, clay throwing, there's some different things I'd like to try as well. So it's always finding that love, but pen and ink has always been kind of the one that I always go back to. Well, this is my first show. Casey's been encouraging me to come out for a couple of years, and she finally got me hooked this year, so I made my way out, and so far so good.
We've had our studio at Inspiration Studios over here on 73rd Street for 4 years now. And we get together there and we work, and we've exhibited there. We exhibit all over southeastern Wisconsin with our art. We work in multiple mediums. Debbie here does a lot of mixed media.
And acrylic painting.
Acrylic painting, and Patty.
Kovacs oil, and I've been playing with mixed media.
We got together to take some refresher art classes at Artist in Display. And so we met there, and we started going out for martinis afterwards. So hence, when we looked for a studio space, we named ourselves the Martini Girls.
And we've been working in the same studio since 2008.
And I would paint on my lunch hour and some of my breaks too. So if you can find the time and you love it, just do it. Keep doing it, keep practicing, and then when you've got more time, you can branch out.
And if you come up to Inspiration Studios and come talk to us on the second floor, we'll help.
Yes.
We've helped several people kind of get their toe in the water.
Yeah.
Well, my shop is called Annie's Sea of Glass, and it's all sea glass that I collected on Lake Michigan, and sea pottery that I collected, and then I used it to make mosaics and jewelry, little trees and succulents. I've been collecting the glass for about 15 years. I go a lot, like every week at least, and more than that if I can. I just put it on glass. I take the frame out of the back of the picture, the woodwork out of the back of a frame, glue the glass into the frame, and then I use silicone to attach come up with patterns. Whatever's in my head, or maybe I've seen something that inspired me, and just use silicone to attach the sea glass to the glass in the frame. So that's the third one I've actually ever made like that. The first two I made were much smaller. So I've used crinoid fossils. So all of these little circle pieces are crinoid fossils that I found on the beach over the years. And then some of this is stained glass that I purchased from a stained glass shop that they had like scraps. So the green, and then the white, all the white is sea glass. And then I had some glass that I crushed, so the little bitty pieces, and I also used some beads. So it's kind of a variety. Pottery was from the beach that I used for the houses. So it's a variety of items.
I'm showing my art and my aromatherapy. So acrylic paintings, drawings, seashell wreaths, button art, journals and sketchbooks, essential oil, rub-on oils, soaps. I love to draw people. I love to draw a lot of dancers, but also lots of people. So belly dancer, just different. I love fairies. I love to draw buildings, architecture, but mainly this is my people. Primarily pencil, charcoal. Yes, pencil and charcoal, graphite pencil. And then what I do sometimes is I take my drawing and then put it on different paper and make it a print. So lots of different prints. This is a print. No, I sell them on my Etsy store, Dance Around the Moon.